Rohan was an ordinary man, living a life that seemed complete. He had a stable job in a large company, a gentle wife, and two well-behaved children. His friends admired him, and his life lacked nothing. Yet deep inside, Rohan always felt a sense of emptiness, as if he were chasing something he had never touched. Every day, he told himself, as long as I get a promotion, buy a bigger house, or go on an expensive vacation, I'll be happy. But when he achieved one thing, he felt something else was still missing. Happiness, to him, was like a distant destination, always just out of reach. He began to question, could it be that something was wrong in his understanding? Despite appearing successful on the outside, Rohan still had unanswered questions about the meaning of life, about sufficiency, and most importantly, about what true happiness really meant. One late afternoon after work, with his mind still spinning with little worries, Rohan walked along a small road leading home. Beneath the shade of an ancient banyan tree, he saw an old man sitting quietly. What caught Rohan's attention wasn't the old man's simple appearance or worn clothes, but the peaceful smile on his face, an inner calm that seemed hard to find in this noisy city. Intrigued, Rohan couldn't help but approach and ask, "Why do you look so happy, even though you have nothing?" The old man just smiled and slowly replied, "Because happiness is a choice. It doesn't depend on money or fame. It comes from the way you view life." The answer left Rohan stunned. He had always thought happiness was a reward for success, the result of hard work. But standing before this old man, he began to realize, perhaps happiness wasn't about how much you have, but about how you perceive even the smallest things. The next morning, Rohan returned to the banyan tree, filled with curiosity and doubt. The old man, who introduced himself as Baba Ramdas, invited Rohan to sit. First, he asked, "What did you complain about yesterday?" Rohan thought for a moment and replied, "I complained about the traffic, my boss being rude, and my coffee being cold." Baba Ramdas nodded, then asked, "What about the things you felt grateful for?" Rohan hesitated, unsure of what to say. The old man smiled. "That's the problem. You focus only on the negative and forget the good things that are right in front of you." Then he shared, "Every morning, write down 3 things you are grateful for: your meal, a good night's sleep, or simply being alive for another day." Rohan listened, still not entirely convinced, but decided to give it a try. That day, for the first time, he noticed the birds singing by the window, the scent of hot tea, and the smile of his little daughter. He began to realize gratitude was like a light, shining on the things we often overlook, and it was the first step toward happiness. A week later, Rohan returned to the banyan tree, bringing a small notebook where he had started writing down his daily gratitude. "I do feel better," he said, "but life still has so many bad things. How can one be happy when everything isn't perfect?" Baba Ramdas nodded, his gaze calm. "You've just touched on the second secret: acceptance." He pointed to the sky, where dark clouds were slowly drifting in. There are sunny days and there are rainy days. You can't command the sky to stay clear, but you can learn to walk through the rain without complaining. Rohan was silent, a sense of calm settling in. He thought of the times he had gotten angry for being late, for failure, for not being recognized. All these were things he couldn't control, but kept resisting. When you stop resisting, Baba Ramdas said, life becomes easier. Happiness isn't about avoiding sorrow. It's about learning to smile, even when it comes. Rohan nodded. For the first time, he understood what peace felt like amidst the storms. Although he had started to experience changes from gratitude and acceptance, Rohan still carried a deep unease within him. One evening, he asked Baba Ramdas, "Why do I keep worrying about tomorrow and regretting the past? How can I be happy when my mind is never in the present?" The old man chuckled gently, "Because your mind is lost. It either runs to the past, where nothing can be changed, or to the future, where nothing yet exists. But happiness is only found in the present." Rohan frowned. "But I don't know how to stay in the present." Baba Ramdas smiled. "Start with the smallest things. Feel your breath, listen to the wind, taste your food fully. That's mindfulness." The next day, Rohan decided to try. He turned off his phone while eating breakfast, quietly listening to the rustling leaves outside his balcony. For the first time in many years, he truly felt present in the moment. And in that moment, there were no worries, no regrets, just a simple yet profound peace. One day, as Rohan was walking with Baba Ramdas, he saw the old man sharing his meal with a beggar on the sidewalk. Rohan curiously asked, "Why are you doing this? Aren't you worried you won't have enough for yourself?" Baba Ramdas smiled and replied, "True happiness multiplies when shared. When you give, you receive a joy greater than you can imagine." Rohan thought for a moment, then said, "I've helped those in need before, but I never felt happy doing it." Baba Ramdas explained gently, "You give not because you expect something in return, but because it is the way to live fully. Happiness isn't about receiving, but about giving from the heart." That evening, Rohan decided to try. He bought an extra meal and gave it to a homeless man, sitting near the park. When he saw the smile on the man's face, a warm feeling spread through Rohan's heart. He realized that true happiness isn't something we seek, but something we create when we share with others.